Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Pour Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. All right, now look. So for this one, it's gonna be about three very valuable men that I lost while I was in prison. All right. Now, the first one I lost was my daddy. Right. Now, I lost my daddy at the beginning of that same year. This year was 2013. I was 2 years into my time. I was halfway into my time. So I only had 2 years left and I was 2 years in. So I really was just starting to get the hang of this prison shit for real. And I was, in tune with, how the institution run. And I lost three guys that same year. You know what I'm saying? 2013. All right. So first, like I said, it was my daddy. I lost him at the dead beginning of the year. So January 2013, I lost him. He died in his sleep in the bed with my mother right next to him. He had a heart attack in his sleep. He had a great day. He hung out with the fam. I talked to him on the phone while I was in prison. Everything was good, No signs of nothing. He just went and laid down, didn't get back up. So that started my year off bald as hell. I was already sick that I was in prison anyway. You know what I'm saying? I still had a couple more years to go. But it's like, damn, I lost somebody right off the top of the year. And it was my daddy. You know what I'm saying? I was real close to my daddy. So, yeah, that took me down. Another thing with Michigan prisons, I'm pretty sure there's some states or whatever that'll let you attend your people's funeral. They pass while you incarcerated. But in Michigan, it ain't none of that. You just got to take that loss. So what happened was it was January. So it was the winter time. It's cold as hell. All that, right? It was so cold this day that we didn't even have yard. You know what I'm saying? They always let us have our yard on a level 2. You get yard throughout the day. Well, it was just that cold this day that we didn't even get yard. So we had to stay in a unit on this day. This is just how cold it was because the damn COs didn't want to stand outside to watch us. They had that right. If it's too hot, they don't got to, let the inmates outside. Or if it's too cold, they don't got to let the inmates outside. It's all about them. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of them days, it was too cold. They didn't want to stand outside. So we didn't have no yard. Next thing you know, they called my name over the PA system. You know what I'm saying? I came down there to the desk, which I won't. They like, your people need you to call them. It's something important. You got to go make this call right now. Now, the phones is outside. So that means the only time you can get to a phone is when the yard is open. So I knew something wasn't right because they telling me that I can go out and use the phone and the yard is closed, So I knew something wasn't right. So I went out there. I made the call. My mama crying the whole time. Can barely even get the shit out. You know what I'm saying? But by the time she finally got it out, I couldn't believe it. I was in total disbelief. Because my daddy, he wasn't no health type person. He had health issues and none of that. My daddy was a slim, in shape man that didn't have no health problems. And he just passed due to a heart attack. It was crazy as hell. So, mind you, it's cold as fuck out here. I'm on the phone. After hearing that, it was like my blood boiled to a point where I wasn't even cold no more. So I literally stood out there for an hour and a half on the phone, 15-minute call, 15-minute call, 15-minute call, That's just going to show you that my blood heated up to where I wasn't even cold no more. I was able to stand out there for an hour and a half on this cold ass day. It probably was 5 degrees, probably wasn't even that on this day. It was cold as fuck. I was out there on that phone for an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? Crying my eyes out, all that shit. I couldn't fucking believe it. You know what I'm saying? And the police let me ride the phone. They wasn't even out there monitoring me. You know what I'm saying? They just let me ride that bitch. So after we got out everything that needed to be said and all that, I went back in the unit. Man, this is the thing about prison. You can't let a motherfucker see you crying. It make you look weak, especially as a man, first off. And you in prison with all these other grown-ass men, you just got to learn how to tuck that because you're going to take losses while you in there. So before I could even make it back in the building, I had to straighten all the way up like ain't nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Man, I did that. Man, my time was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But I ended up getting over that, of course. You know, a couple months go by. All right, I'm good. I'm back in the mix. I accepted his death. I move on with my life. My cousin, Brian, this is the second one that passed away while I was in prison in the same year, 2013. He passed away around like May or April of that year, right? I mean, damn, April or May, you know, however you put it. He passed somewhere around that time, right? He was my favorite cousin when we was growing up at a certain age. You know what I'm saying? From like, I don't know, I'm gonna say probably around like 15 to like 20. He was like my favorite cousin at the time. You know what I'm saying? Me and him, we was hanging out a lot. We was doing a lot of shit. That was the homie. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, you know, been around the women. I showed him how to get on women. You know, he didn't see how women came on to me. You know, we done hung out everywhere. We did all kind of shit. He looked at me like I was his big brother. You know, we blood cousins, but he started taking that leadership of me being his big brother. So Brian was my little brother. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Well, when I went to prison, he kept his word. He was fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? He was writing me faithfully, all of that. And next thing I know, I called my people and they told me he died. How the fuck did he die? Well, he was on the freeway on his motorcycle he had bought. Now the motorcycle he had bought, when he was writing me and shit, he sent me a picture of it. And I told him, I was like, you know, nah, I don't fuck with the bikes. You know what I'm saying? Because they be having too many fatalities. Like, I don't like bikes, you know. They not safe. You know what I'm saying? I told him, nah, I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you shouldn't be fucking with it. He ain't give a fuck. He bought the motherfucker and he was riding it. So he was riding it on this freeway called the Lodge Freeway in Detroit. He was riding it down the Lodge. The Lodge is known for fatalities, you know. And he, you know, I guess he lost control of the wheel and fucked around, smacked the wall. He died. You know what I'm saying? Killed me when I heard that. On top of that, when I told him not to get that damn bike, you know what I'm saying? He got it anyway. Took him out the game. So that was the second major person I lost while I was in prison. You know what I'm saying? Number 3, my homeboy Dre, Lil Dre. I talked about him before. He was my little homie from the block. He followed in my footsteps. I was big bro to him. You know what I'm saying? He always wanted to be around me and shit, you know. So when he got a little older, I started bringing him around me. I started showing him little shit I was doing, shit like that. He was there when I got shot up. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, I'm like, look, this game over with. We ain't doing this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? It's too dangerous. We got to get out this shit. So he like, all right, bro, I'm with you. We ain't doing that no more, blah, blah, blah. A couple days later, I got locked up, right? I'm locked up. He writing me the whole time while I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was on it. Writing me the whole time. I'm telling them, I'm like, look, you see, I didn't got shot up and now I'm in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, look, stop fucking around. You know, do what you supposed to do. And I catch you in a couple years. I got to do a couple years. You know what I'm saying? He like, all right, big bro, I got you. Woo, woo. He faithfully writing me. He write me like once a month. No lie. Stay writing. You know what I'm saying? Well, he didn't get that shit up. You know what I'm saying? He kept on doing that hot shit, you know, and he ran up on the wrong one night. He ran up on the undercover cop, and the undercover cop killed him. You know what I'm saying? He died around that August of that same year, 2013. So I lost all three of these guys back to back in the same year. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is, them was the only 3 meals that I had hold me down the whole time I was gone. From day one to the day I got out. Them was the only three that was writing me, sending me anything. They was the only ones. And I lost all 3 of them in the same year. So I went a whole 2 years with like no male interaction, you know, from outside. My homies and shit, them niggas wasn't writing me. They wasn't sending me nothing. They wasn't fucking with me while I was in there. It was just the 3 guys I named. And I lost all 3 of them in the same year. Crazy how God worked, man. I just wish they were still here, you know, so I could show them how I'm doing things nowadays, you know. But that's life, you know. I had to lose them for a reason, and, you know, I'm fine with it. I know they over me watching me. It's all good. It is what it is. It's been another episode of Roll Up a Pour Up. So get your blunts rolled and your